Oh, there he is. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. That's my computer. Alright, let me just adjust the volume real quick.
Hello?
What's up, ABBA?
Yes?
Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Cool. So what's going on, man? How are you doing tonight?
Fine.
Finally got some free time? I told you were just busy.
Well, we got some free time right now.
So what's going on, man? You ready tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get started then. This is part 2 of yesterday's debate with ABBA Okoro. And I guess I'll let him open us up with something. Go ahead, buddy.
Yes, I'm here for damage control.
He's here for damage control. Okay. So what are you going to do damage controlling?
Yesterday, you know.
You're going to damage control what happened yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, what are you going to damage control?
Well, I don't know where to start.
Well, there's plenty to pick from. I thought you'd be prepared for tonight.
No, like, I don't debate opinions if that's the case.
You said you're going to damage control about what happened yesterday. What are you going to damage control? Like, what's point number 1 that you got for me? Is there something you said yesterday that you want to take back? Is there something from yesterday that you thought might need more detail or explanation? Tell you what, call me back in like 20 minutes and gather everything up, and then we'll resume, okay? All right, buddy? ABBA? ABBA?
All right, sorry about that.
Did you hear me?
Oh, no.
All right, I said, how about you take 20 minutes and just call me back in 20 minutes so you can gather everything and then have something. Would that be all right? Is that what you want to do?
No, it has to do with the your argument about having Forza needing a day 1 update in order to play the full game.
Yes, what about it?
You were saying that it was a bad thing and kind of anti-consumer.
Yeah, it is anti-consumer.
To you?
No.
Or
The fact of the matter is that single players, people who don't have access to the internet, don't have access to the full game unless they connect to the internet and download the remainder of the game. That's bad.
This affects you how?
It doesn't affect me in particular because I have internet, but I can see how the practice is bad.
How's it bad?
Because people who don't have access to the internet cannot play the full single player experience.
And you care about these people?
Yes, I do.
It doesn't affect you, but it affects those you don't know or don't know exist.
Well, usually when someone has a gripe with something, it doesn't usually have to pertain to themselves. It could be something bad that a company does, that a person does. It doesn't have to necessarily affect the person. That's how movement starts.
So in other words, you just want attention.
No, it's not that I want attention. It's that it's something that's bad that shouldn't be happening. Don't you agree that people who don't have access to the internet should be able to play the full single-player experience?
But I don't know anybody around my area who doesn't have internet, so how can I answer that question?
You don't have to know people whether they have the internet or not. Don't you agree that people without internet should at least be able to play the full single-player experience?
I don't know anyone who hasn't. Who doesn't have
I'm not asking you whether or not you know someone. I'm asking you, don't you agree that people without internet should be able to play the full single player without having to download content on the internet? Yes or no? Yes or no?
If it affected me, I'll answer the question, but I can't.
So if I were to ask you a question that would it be bad if people were to get AIDS, yes or no, you wouldn't be able to answer that question?
Well, considering there is a cure, I would say yes. I wouldn't care at all.
You wouldn't care, but you would say yes, that it's bad, right?
Yeah, I actually wouldn't care at all.
Do you know someone that has AIDS?
No.
Are you suffering from AIDS?
No.
But you were able to answer that question with a yes or a no. But you can't answer the same kind of question when it comes to Forza 5 and a single player?
So, video games and diseases correlate with each other?
Excuse me?
Video games and disease that kills your immune system correlate with each other?
No, it's not close to each other. It's an analogy.
I
merely used an analogy, ABBA. That's all it was an analogy.
That kills people. Versus a video game.
It's an analogy, ABBA.
Yes.
And you were able to answer the same kind of question that had the same criteria as your excuse as to not answering the previous question, but you were able to answer it.
Yes, it was a disease, not a video game. Something more serious.
So you're saying that you were able to answer because of something serious, right? So you're not able to answer a simple question that's a lot less serious than the one I just asked.
Because it doesn't affect me in any kind of way. All people I know who game.
Yeah, but the other question I asked had no effect on you either. Right? Right? It was the same thing. No one else was affected by it that you know, and you yourself were not affected by it. But do you know why? But what's the reason why you could say that it would be bad if people actually got it? Why is that, ABBA?
It was bad? Well, it was bad anyway, since like treatments and
It's bad because it's harmful, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter whether you know a person or not. It'd be bad if someone got it, right?
Yeah, it's a disease.
Well, when it comes in the consumer market, if a person cannot play the whole single player offline, that's bad. Can't you sympathize with people who don't have internet, who will not be able to access the single player?
Since gaming is
Can't you sympathize? Have you no empathy for your fellow gamers?
Dude, gaming is a hobby. It's not a disease or anything like that.
The hell was that? You got farm animals over there?
No.
Okay. Alright. Sounded like a cow. Anyway, since you refused to answer the question, was there anything else regarding that point you wanted to answer?
Yes. What does the question that doesn't affect me have to do with gamers in general?
Can't you understand that something that's bad in the way it affects other gamers, that just because it doesn't necessarily affect you, can't you empathize with people who that affects?
Gaming is a hobby, not a
Can't you feel bad for your fellow gamer who's affected by these things?
No, I don't know.
No?
I don't know what exists.
No?
Yeah, I don't know what exists.
Do you realize that the problem is bad, though, right? That's a problem. Not being able to play the full single player on its own is a problem, right? You realize this?
So
yes or no?
Is this hard to download a patch?
Yes or no?
No, I don't care.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad that gamers don't have access to the full single player of a game that they paid $60 for. That's not bad.
They can't afford internet.
But it's not that people can't afford internet. It's that, first of all, internet is not a necessity. If people have really tight money, they're not going to pay for internet. Secondly, the entire nation doesn't have ultra-fast internet. People are still on dial-up. And thirdly, not all areas have internet. Why do you think the United States military was so anti-Microsoft and anti-Xbox One? Why do you think that? Because it was required to be online. And these people are United States military, and some places don't have access to the internet. So if they were to purchase a game like Forza 5, they wouldn't be able to play the full single-player experience.
And?
Just like last generation, 30 million Xboxes were not online. 76 million sold, 46 million Xbox Live accounts. That's a lot of offline accounts.
Yeah.
And all those people would not have access to the full single player of Forza 5.
Alright, so you're going to go this far for update of a game that supposedly is free too, so
it's not.
I don't have internet.
ABBA, it's not an update. Content that's required to play the single player, that's not an update. That's content. It is required. If you don't play the full single player, it's required.
You said to play the game is not required.
If you want to play the full single player, like I've been saying this entire time, you have to get that content.
Playable, right? The game's still playable.
Yeah, the game is still playable, even though that's not how it started out.
Still playable. So how's it bad?
Okay, so what you're telling me is that if someone were to release a game that had 10 levels, but 9 levels were online, and they had only access to 1 level, you would use the excuse. You would use the excuse that they could still play the game. You would still be okay with it?
It's not that bad. I don't know. You're trying to make it worse than it seems.
ABBA, what you need to realize about what you just said is when you say that something is not that bad, you're still admitting that it's bad.
So you're making it worse than it actually is.
No, you just said it's not that bad. You just admitted that it was bad, but in your own opinion, it wasn't as bad as I might express it to be. But you admitted that it's bad, so at least we can agree that it's bad.
Content is missing out of the game.
Excuse me?
How much is missing out of the game?
One more time, buddy.
How much is missing out of the game?
Cars, tracks, and drivatars.
How much?
They have not released information as to how much is left out, but as the developers over at Turn 10 have stated, it's cars, tracks, and drivatars, which is required content to play the deeper recesses of the career mode.
So, you don't know.
Well, like I just said, we don't have the detail as to how much content that is, but as the developers have stated, it's required to download if you want to play the deeper recesses of the career mode, which is a single-player offline mode.
So, we don't know. Period, right? You don't know.
But can you please explain to me why the amount of content is relative to the argument?
I don't know. You claim that the game's still playable, but at the same time it's saying that it can't play the full game. So I don't know how much of the game they're missing out.
But you admit that content is missing off of the game, right? That's required to play the full single player?
Yes, Dad said that, so why would I deny that?
So you admit that $60 when you can't play the full single player experience is bad, right?
That's bad for me, so it doesn't affect me.
But not just you, but in general, it's bad, right?
It's bad for those that don't have internet and...
There we go. There we go. There we go, my friend. There we go. We finally got there. Finally. It's bad for those who don't have internet. All those people cannot access the full single-player experience offline unless they connect to the internet.
Even when most Xbox users are online?
So you're telling me 46% is most.
46%?
I mean, 46 million is most.
Most, yeah.
When there's 30 million people out there that didn't have access to the internet. So you're telling me those 30 million people are not important?
So the game's going to sell 40 million copies?
No, I'm just telling you how many people have Xbox Live accounts, which means they were online, and how many people were not connected to the internet with their Xbox 360.
How many copies did the last Forza sell?
I don't know.
Let's go check right now, alright?
Why is that relative to the argument?
I know, you're claiming that 30 million people are going to get affected by this, so how's this going to...
No, I'm telling you that 30 million people are not connected to the internet, which means that a great number of people are going to be left out of content of Forza 5 if they purchase it and don't have access to the internet. Everyone that purchases Forza 5 is buying an incomplete product. It's not all there. Just the base game by itself, which you get on the disc, is not complete.
Let's see.
That's terrible. Don't you agree?
Give me a second real quick. Give me a second.
Let me check the chat again and see if it's going to work.
It sold 4 million units.
Okay, 4 million, that's good. So why is that relative to the argument?
Well, you claim that 30 million people aren't going to be able to play the full game, so how's 4 out of 30 million affected by this?
No, the reason why I brought up how many people are offline is because you keep acting like that the people who don't play online are not important. You keep acting like these people who don't play online don't exist.
Because I don't know anybody who plays offline, mainly.
So your little circle of friends is relative to all the gamers in the world. Your circle of friends and who you know personally is a good figure to go by to represent everyone else out there in the world when it comes to gaming.
4 million copies? Wow.
Well, I can see that we're not going to get anywhere with this one. So is there anything else that you have for me?
Wasn't done.
You weren't done?
Yeah, I'm trying to say that.
ABBA, I do believe you are done because you've already admitted that it's bad. You've already admitted that those who buy the game cannot play the full single player, and you've already admitted that it shouldn't happen that way. So what more do we have to talk about in that situation?
Well, how does it affect you and me?
ABBA, you and myself are not relative to compare to the entirety of the gamers in the world. Don't you agree? ABBA, are you a good representative of what every gamer in the world is like? And what every gamer in the world has? Are you? I guess not. Abby? Are you there? Abby? Abby? Abby, 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 Abby. I gotta do that now. I gotta do that now. ABBA? ABBA? ABBA! No, he'll be back in a minute. I'm sure he got called away, tended to sheep or something. No way! I don't believe it! Trevor Phillips. What the fuck?
Alright, you were saying? Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we're pretty much done on that subject, aren't we?
Yes.
So, what do you want to talk about next, buddy?
Oh no. Why do you keep praising the PS4 if you're not gonna buy it?
Why do I keep what with the PS4?
Praise it if you're not gonna buy it.
Well, because in comparison to the Xbox One, the PS4 is a better service for gamers.
In regards to what?
In regards of freedom, flexibility, the ability to use all the features of your console, except for one particular one. The way that they give you the option of buying a camera instead of packaging it and forcing it upon consumers.
After the console.
The way they give you a value with paying for their online service. That sort of thing.
Because that way they can afford to lower the price of the console and kind of clear out the debt right now.
Well, I don't really care about Sony's debt, but
yeah,
they're cheaper than the Xbox One, yes, but they give consumers the option of purchasing a camera if they want it. That's good.
That will lower the price.
Yes, it lowers the price, but it also gives the consumer the option of purchasing the camera if they want it or not.
And this correlates to them making it cheaper.
No, what this correlates to is that they give the consumer an option of buying a peripheral if they want to or not. On the Xbox One, you are forced to buy a camera. On the PS4, you are not forced to buy a camera. Isn't that correct?
You're using a logic. Isn't a touchscreen on a controller the port?
Touchscreen on the controller?
Yeah, isn't it forced?
Is it what?
Isn't that forced on a consumer?
A touchscreen on the controller?
Yes.
ABBA, it's a controller. The controller comes with the console. The controller doesn't add to the price of the console. It's a controller.
Touchscreen on a controller.
What about the touchscreen?
Doesn't they carry on to the price of the controller?
How much are they selling the controller for, ABBA?
I don't know, and they haven't released the price yet.
Look it up real quick, ABBA.
All right. Sure. Can't find it.
Here, I'll find it for you.
Yeah.
There you go, ABBA.
How much?
Look on the stream. How much does that say?
Let's see. Right now it's $59.99, $59.99, I believe, $60 basically.
And how much were PS3 controllers, ABBA?
Yes, $60.
How much were they when PS3 came out?
I don't remember.
They were $60.
Yes. What's your point?
The point is, the price has not gone up, ABBA. It's the same price. You tried to bring up the touchscreen on a controller as if it's going to increase the price of the controller when it has not. It's the same as the PS3's price point.
The consumers are forced to buy it with the controller.
ABBA,
Yeah?
I told you about this problem before. You have a problem correlating points and sticking to things that are relevant. We need to practice on that, okay? This is not relevant.
So
Your
them now
point about the touchscreen or the controller is a simple change to the design of the controller, and it does not add to the price of the controller. It's $60, just like the previous generation. You are trying to compare what they did to the controller to Microsoft giving you a camera that you are forced to buy that's not integral into the functionality of the Xbox One.
So
that doesn't make sense, Abby.
The touchscreen doesn't add to the price in any kind of way. Either does them selling up the PS4 at a loss right now. Yeah, they're selling at a loss because the price point of the components is a little bit more than what they're selling it for. So that's not to the price. But it comes with a controller. All consoles come with one controller, so you can play games and use the console. I already knew that, but I'm trying to say that. But for some reason,
Sony bundling a controller is your point. You're telling the controller adds to the price point.
On the controller, that's my point. What the hell?
You're telling me that the controller adds to the price.
I said the touchscreen on the controller adds to the price.
How much does it add, ABBA?
I don't know, you're saying the components are higher.
How much does it add, ABBA? Please tell me, how much does it add? Show me information. Show me this insane amount of money we're paying because of that touchscreen. Show me.
Insane amount of money?
Oh, show me. Show me where your point comes from. Show me the information. Show me the facts. Show me the schematics of the controller.
So
show me.
The touchscreen doesn't add to the price in any kind of way. Nor does it add to the component price in any kind of way.
ABBA, the controller is $60.
Yes, but are there some kind of loss or profit?
The controller?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know if they're selling the controller at a loss or a profit. Why do I care whether they profit or if they lose from it?
Touchscreen. Oh my gosh.
Why does it whether they make money or not matter? I'm not talking about them making money. I care about what I'm getting in my package. That's the point.
That the touchscreen adds to the price of the controller.
ABBA, please, just take 5 minutes. Go talk to take 5 minutes. Go talk to your Xbox Strong friends, and please explain your point to them so they can tell you how much of a dumb point that is, and they can tell you that you just drop it. Please go do that right now.
So,
please go talk to Zaire. Go talk to Zaire. Go talk to Josh. Go talk to Mr. Flowers. Go explain your point to them, and then get back to me.
So, the touchscreen doesn't add to the price of the controller. No one does that.
How much is the controller, ABBA?
$60.
Thank you. Next point.
Are they selling at a loss or a profit?
ABBA, we don't know whether they're selling at a loss or a profit. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The controller is $60, the same as the PS3 controllers are $60. So please move on to your next point. The point you're making is not relative to what I was talking about regarding the Xbox One's Kinect camera and the PlayStation's iToy thingy-mabobber. So please move on to the next one.
So, control doesn't. Let me run this down for you right now.
Excuse me?
Let me run this thing down for you right now.
Okay.
So if they were to remove the touchscreen controller, it won't wear a price in any kind of way. The touchscreen on the controller was removed. It won't lower the price.
It probably would lower the price. Maybe, but we don't know this.
You don't know this? What?
We don't know whether or not they're selling at a loss or a profit. We don't know. But it doesn't matter, ABBA, which is what I'm trying to get you to understand. It doesn't matter, ABBA. It doesn't matter.
Right now, you're trying to say
ABBA, I told you about this before, ABBA. You have a problem correlating points and making relative congruent arguments and making analogies. You're really bad at this.
Along with making
what were we talking about previously, ABBA?
The touchscreen as a classic controller.
No, what were we talking about previously? Before you brought up that terrible point.
So, let's see. It had to do with cameras having down an update or day one download to play for supply of the full game.
After that.
After that?
Yeah, after that.
Which point?
What were we talking about after we talked about Forza?
About the touchscreen on the PS4 controller adding to the price.
No, but we were talking about. You asked me about the PS4 and why I advertise the PS4, and I'm pro PS4 or whatever. And I told you one of the reasons why I like the PS4 is that they don't force a camera upon you like the Xbox One. Remember that?
All right. So the touchscreen is added.
Wait, ABBA. Do you remember that? Yes, we remember. Okay, we remember, right? Write in your notes.
Yes.
Write in your notes. Camera, Xbox One, PS4. Camera separate. Better for consumers. Write that down. And to counter the point, that the PS4 doesn't have a camera packaged, you bring up the touch screen on the controller.
Because it adds to the price of the controller. You're supposed to move them cheaper.
ABBA, are you talking to anyone else in another Skype chat?
No.
Do you currently have a conversation going in another Skype chat?
No.
Do you have one in your Skype history?
What?
Do you have one in your Skype history?
No.
What about the one you tried to add me to last night?
Said he wanted to join, so I allowed you in.
So there's no one available for you on your end, on your side of the gaming field. There's no one that you can ask about this so that they can tell you it's stupid, so that you can come back and admit that it's wrong. Because you're not gonna admit it's wrong to me. You're not gonna admit it's a bad point. But if someone else on your side tells you, then you'll finally listen.
All right, so taking out touchscreen on the controller it won't make it cheaper.
ABBA, how much were the PS3 controllers?
$60.
How much is the PS4 controller?
$60.
Is there a problem there?
Remove the touchscreen, how much you got?
Is there a problem there, ABBA?
Answer the question.
ABBA, is there a problem with the price point of the controller?
I answer the question, I have to answer mine, alright?
ABBA, is there a problem with the price point of the controller?
So, I don't have to price in any kind of way.
Something went wrong with your microphone.
Right now. My point is that adding the touchscreen to the controller adds to the price, actually.
ABBA, let me ask you this. What have they added to the Xbox One controller?
What?
What have they added to the Xbox One controller?
What are your improvements?
What have they added to it?
Actually, a lot. This new vibrating system that even matters.
What else?
Don't know. Besides that,
well, you said a lot was added to it. So what else?
they claim those 40 new improvements.
You said over 40 design improvements?
Yeah.
And what are some of these design improvements?
Go look it up for yourself. Ain't gonna bother.
Impulse triggers, and what else? Trigger rumble motors? What else? Please tell me.
Go look it up.
Do the controllers run off of Wi-Fi Direct?
Oh, yes.
Wi-Fi Direct. Over 40 added features.
Improvements. Not features.
Well, improvements. Impulse and more motors added. don't those add to the price of the Xbox One controller?
So, this thing is...
Wait. Doesn't that add to the price of the Xbox One controller?
How much is it right now?
$60.
I want to say no, yes, but yes.
So you told me it does add to the price of the Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
And it's $60, just like the Xbox 360 controller.
Yeah.
You see how silly you are. Do you see how silly you are, ABBA?
All right, on the real, does...
So, are we going to move on to the next point?
My point is that...
ABBA, you just defeated yourself.
Let me explain. Can I explain, please?
Go ahead, ABBA.
So, taking off the touchscreen off the controller, it doesn't... Do you take the price of the controller any kind of way?
Well, I'm sure if you take away a piece of the controller, they can sell it to you cheaper.
That's my point the whole time.
But your point goes for every controller out there on the market. If you take away anything from a controller or any piece of hardware, you bet your bottom dollar you can sell it cheaper because you're putting less parts in it. But that's not the main thing about the controllers. The main thing here, ABBA, is that this was your counter to the Xbox One forcing a camera upon you. And you're talking about the touchscreen on the controller being forced on consumers.
That's your logic right there. As to the price, so...
All they did was make an improvement, ABBA, to the controller. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's an improvement. Isn't that an improvement?
It's not a feature, it's just an improvement.
Isn't it an improvement over the previous one, ABBA?
Considering it's the same design, I'll say no.
Isn't it an improvement, ABBA?
Let's answer the question.
Isn't it an improvement over the previous controller?
I just answered the question.
I don't think I heard you, my friend. What did you answer?
Said that considering a solution does shop the same does shop design, I'll say no.
It's not an improvement. You're telling me the touchscreen on the PS4 controller is not an improvement over the previous one.
So the Kinect 2.0 is an improvement to the previous one too, right?
It is.
So how is it adding again?
The point is that the Kinect camera is something that's forced upon you. You don't need the Kinect camera to use the Xbox One. That's the main thing.
Okay. So...
My original point was that Sony gives you the option of buying the PlayStation Eye separately if you want to.
Buying it separately is a good thing, how?
It gives you the option of buying something. It gives you the chance to say, hey, I want this, or hey, I don't want this. Don't you agree? Don't you agree that you should have an option?
The reason for moving it was actually to lower the price of the console, not to get so much choice or whatnot.
Well, whether or not they did it just to lower the price, or it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, what does it do, ABBA? It gives us the option of buying it separately. We get to make the choice of opting into it if we want to. We don't have that choice on the Xbox One. And you yourself admitted yesterday that that choice is important. You admitted yesterday that Microsoft forcing you to buy a Kinect camera.
What? I admitted that.
Yeah, you did. You admitted it. But what you also said is that it's good that they force it upon the consumers.
To increase support for the device itself?
Yes, to increase the support for the Kinect camera. Because Microsoft making money off of that Kinect camera is very important to you, isn't it?
What? I don't get any. How disappointing to me.
Well, evidently, the only people that you can empathize for is Microsoft. And the only people that you want to actually succeed and the only people that you care about is Microsoft's well-being. You don't care about your fellow gamer. You don't care about gamers having options. You don't care about gamers getting full content. You don't care about gamers being able to play the full game on the disc. You only care about what's good for Microsoft.
So, in other words, you call me a drone.
Yes, I'm calling you a drone. Don't you agree that the things that you have stated in today's debate and yesterday's debate indicate that you are indeed a micro drone? Because a gamer wouldn't say the things that you said. A gamer would not say the things that you have said.
Oh, God, that's funny. Oh, it's funny.
It is funny, ABBA, but it's also very sad. It's very, very sad as well.
Oh, someone's calling me. Excuse me for that. Oh my God, it's funny. Hello?
I'm here.
I'm point is, like, if you don't bundle the Connect, you can't get what's getting right now.
The point is you don't care about consumers, ABBA. You don't care about your fellow gamers. That's the point.
No, I don't want the Connect to be in.
You only care about the success of the camera and not that we should have the option to buy it.
So giving an option to buy would actually show support for the console to don't want to buy.
As we just heard again, people, he only cares about the success of the Kinect camera. He does not care about the consumers having the option to buy it.
Are you putting words in my mouth?
No, you just said it. They all just heard it. 711 people just heard it.
Say that. Only with the console actually support the console.
Support the console. The Kinect camera is not the console. The Xbox One is the Xbox One. The Kinect 2.0 is the Kinect 2.0.
And them not bundling the console actually kill support for it right now, since that's find it useless.
Did you just say the Kinect camera is useless?
No, the console is kind of useless because that can't support something that's not a part of the console.
You're saying the Xbox One is useless without the camera?
No, without it being bundled without it being bundled the console, it's kind of useless.
Selling it separately is useless.
Yeah.
We heard it yet again, people. Giving consumers the option of buying the camera separately is useless.
You put words in my mouth right now.
You just said that selling the camera separately is useless.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
You just said it. You just said it, my boy. You just said it.
Hey.
You just said selling it separately is useless.
Dang, I guess I keep lying right now.
That's what you just said.
You're putting words in my mouth right now.
715 people heard you say that, ABBA, several times in at least 4 different ways.
So
that's
me
what you
saying,
said.
All right. So me saying that following that Connect will actually support it. Will actually. What I'm saying?
What you were saying is that without the Kinect camera being bundled, the Kinect camera will die. It won't be supported by developers, right?
And
that's what you're saying, right?
What you're saying is like...
No, that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah?
Oh no! Oh dear! The Kinect camera won't be supported! It's a good thing Microsoft is packaging it, because we want the Kinect camera to succeed! Who cares about the consumers? Who cares about giving people options? Who cares about people having the ability to opt themselves into something? Let's force that separate peripheral upon people, because what's important is the success of that Connect camera and not the options we give to consumers.
So what you're saying is...
He can't empathize for people who don't have internet, who don't get the full single player, but he can empathize with Connect camera because it'll fail without it being bundled. He has more sympathy for a camera than his fellow gamers.
So, you put words in my mouth right now.
No, I'm not putting words in your mouth. This is what you said.
Really?
Yes.
I said all that.
Yes, this is what you said, ABBA. This is what you've been telling us yesterday and today.
So I've been telling you that consumers don't get the necessary choice, that Connect is more important to my life or anyone else's.
ABBA, don't you agree that based on the things that you stated in this debate, that you have showed more concern for Connect than your fellow gamer? Don't you agree?
I don't debate opinions.
I'm just asking a simple question. Don't you agree that you've showed more concern for the Connect camera than you have your fellow gamer in these debates?
That's an opinion.
Well, it's just a yes or no question, ABBA.
Either way, it's an opinion, sorry.
Based on what we've seen in this debate, ABBA, don't you agree that you have showed more concern for the Connect camera than your fellow gamer?
So, you're separating the gamer and the Connect, and the two separate entities.
ABBA, I'm strictly asking you about what you showed empathy for. And you showed more empathy for the Connect camera than your fellow gamer during these debates.
So, you're calling me anti-gamers?
Yes. That's a good way of putting it, ABBA. You are anti-gamer.
Or want to Connect to be supported. I'm anti-gamer.
You are anti-gamer because you don't care, as you stated previously, you don't care about your fellow gamers, and you care more about the Connect success.
I should care about people I don't know or know personally, but I should care about people.
So, you know Connect 2.0 personally?
What? I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking, you care about Connect 2.0, so I'm asking you that you know Connect 2.0 personally. Because the excuse before about not caring for those gamers is that you don't know them.
I think.
But you care about Connect 2.0, so you must know Connect 2.0 personally.
Alright, so me supporting Connect is anti-gamer, but now you're claiming that I don't piece of plastic.
ABBA, if you like Connect 2.0, if you support Connect 2.0, that is 100% okay. But Connect 2.0 is being forced upon consumers, which you have acknowledged. And that's the main point, is that it shouldn't be. And your only excuse is that it needs to be in there because it needs to live. Connect 2.0 survival is key. You care about Connect 2.0 survival.
What?
So, yeah, there we go. ABBA what? Like I said, ABBA what? But so, was there anything else?
For the console, but I'm full support for the Connect, but for going down, I'm anti-gamer.
Yes, because you care more about Connect than you do your fellow gamer, and you've proven that.
Okay. Okay, I'm not betting on people I don't know, or...
Oh, so you don't Connect 2.0 personally?
I just said 30 million people I don't know. I didn't say...
Yeah, you don't know them. That's why you stated earlier, you don't care. You don't care what happens to them. You don't care they don't have a full game. You don't care that they're being forced to buy a peripheral. But what you only shown care for is the well-being of Connect 2.0. That's the point.
Alright. So what you're saying is that Connect getting support is bad?
No, it's perfectly okay if Connect gets support. But the main thing here, ABBA, the main thing here is that Connect should not be forced upon consumers.
How can it get support then?
By people buying the damn thing. The same way people buy other things and it gets support, they buy it. You put out things that make people buy it, not forcing it upon people. Do you really believe?
Chat, please.
Go ahead.
Wasn't it 60 soda about hard drive at launch?
Excuse me?
Wasn't it 60 soda about a hard drive at launch?
I'm sorry, it's really mumbled. One more time.
Wasn't it 60 soda about a hard drive at launch?
Did the 360 support a hard drive at launch?
Oh, was it sort of a hard drive at launch? Was it like did it come with a hard drive at launch?
It came without a hard drive and it came with a hard drive, I believe.
And what did that do?
It gave people the option of buying one without a hard drive or with a hard drive.
Thing is, some devs even support it too.
Are you telling me that Microsoft wouldn't support hard drives if, they didn't bundle it in there? Is that what you're saying?
No, like, some devs didn't even bother using hard drive because they knew less content out there, they didn't have them.
No, what you're trying to say is that they have to make every Xbox game compatible with Xboxes that don't have hard drives. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Patches have to be small enough to sit in the Xbox 360's cache. Because not every Xbox 360 had a hard drive.
Patches? What?
That's probably something that you probably don't know anything about, so I'm just going to forget that I said that.
Oh, man. Patches. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I was saying is patches have to be small because they have to be big enough to fit in the Xbox 360's cache. It's onboard memory, which is what I'm trying to say.
How can you have Xbox Live account without a hard drive?
What?
How can you have Xbox Live account without a hard drive? What are you saying?
You can have an Xbox Live account without a hard drive.
When?
Since the beginning of the Xbox 360 generation.
Like, Jeff, you can't even make an account without a hard drive.
Well, probably not anymore. But initially you could. Because back then, they had bundles.
All kinds of shit of hard drives now.
Yeah, now they all have hard drives.
Yes, but back then, they didn't have hard drives back then.
And back then, they sold hard drives separately.
Yeah.
And the Xbox hard drives were, what, $149.99 for 120 gigabytes?
Yes. So.
Which was indeed a ripoff.
Alright, now you're going to debate how much, are you serious? Oops.
What?
Are you serious?
What?
You're really going to debate with how much they cost now?
Well, no, I'm just stating, that's how much they were back then.
Okay.
So, continue.
I'm saying that to start with the console, most devs are going to support it.
So you're trying to compare the Xbox 360 and the hard drive to the Xbox One and Kinect, right?
Yeah, how can a Kinect get as much support as you're getting now?
Did you say a Kinect dev?
No, how can Kinect get as much support as you're getting now without it's on the console?
So you're comparing a hard drive to a camera peripheral.
I'm saying that if it didn't come with the console...
You're comparing a hard drive to a camera peripheral. Stop it, Kitty!
Can I talk, please?
I've been silent.
My point is that if I didn't come with a console, I couldn't get as much support as getting now.
So what was the point of you bringing up the hard drives?
Since it didn't come with a console at launch, you know, it better got, and then some games are supported.
ABBA, here's the thing.
Yes?
A hard drive's function in a device is a lot different than a camera peripheral.
My point is, how that's going to support it if it's not with the console at launch?
Abby, the camera should be sold separately. It does not matter whether or not the developers were supported or not. That's not important to us gamers. The point is that
gamers that buy it gamers that buy it and figure out what's the money that games will support it.
The point is, Abby, is that we should have the option to purchase the camera if we want it or not. That's the main thing. We should have the option. The Kinect camera is something that's not integral for the Xbox One's functionality. There's nothing on that box you can't do with or without the Kinect camera, except for video chatting and voice commands and fitness and Dance Central games. That's it. But you can still play Titanfall just fine. You can still play Dead Rising 3 just fine. You can still play Killer Instinct just fine. You can still play the next Halo just fine without the Kinect camera. Right?
Alright, so you're trying to...
You can still play Rise just fine without the Kinect camera.
So you're saying that it's useless?
So, the point is, Abby, is that we can still play those games without Kinect. And we should have the option of purchasing the camera if we want to do voice controls and gesture navigation and all that other good stuff. That's the point. Excuse me.
Kinect doesn't deserve to be one of the consoles because it's near useless.
Abby, how did every other peripheral get sold on the market before this Xbox One?
It came with a console, or it was essentially advertised like heavy, if we believe?
It was either bundled, but you also were sold a standard edition without it, or it was sold separately, right?
Was it case of Wii?
It's sold, a lot of peripherals are sold separately, right?
To Wii and Wii U come with the console.
Yes, the Wii comes with a Wiimote, and the Wii U comes with the tablet controller. Those are the standard controllers for that console. Those aren't really peripherals, those are controllers. We're talking about the camera that's not integral to the functionality of the Xbox One, being packaged with every single one and being forced upon consumers. Now, last generation, what did we see? Microsoft sold Xbox 360s with Kinect, and they sold Xbox 360s without Kinect, right?
So them,
right?
Putting up the console doesn't matter.
Right? Right?
I can hear you.
Right?
Okay.
They sold it with a camera and without a camera, right? Right?
So, I hear you.
They sold it with a camera and without a camera, right?
I hear you.
Do you acknowledge that they sold it with a camera and without a camera?
Yes, I said I heard you.
Yes, you acknowledge that they sold it with or without a camera, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's how you're supposed to do it. They're supposed to give people the option. They're supposed to give people the option of buying a peripheral. And they did it. That's why I had nothing to complain about last generation, because they did it right. They did it the way they're supposed to. The Super Nintendo they didn't force the little gun controller on everyone that wanted to buy an NES. With the Super Nintendo, they didn't force you to buy a Super Scope. With the Sega, they didn't force you to buy a CD add-on. They didn't force you to buy a 32X.
Alright.
With the Dreamcast, they didn't force you to buy all these memory cards.
With
the PS2, you weren't forced to buy a modem.
To play online.
All of these peripherals were sold separately, so that those who have an active interest in it can make the conscious decision to go to the store and pay their own money to buy the peripheral and bring it home.
And it's related to
and
how
Microsoft is taking that option, that very important consumer-friendly option of having your own decision, your own option to make, away from consumers. They're taking that away from consumers.
You're pro-consumer, but you work for EA, right? You're pro-consumer, but you work for EA.
I do support for EA. I help people who have problems with EA's games.
You're pro-consumer, but for some reason you work for EA. You work for them.
So we're sidestepping all the way to my job, correct? So you just admitted defeat? You just admitted defeat?
Whoa! Let me talk, alright? Let me explain, alright?
Oh, go ahead.
You claim you're pro-consumer. Claim, alright?
Yes.
You're right there. You claim you're pro-consumer, but you work for EA. You work for Electronic Arts.
Yes, technically I work for Electronic Arts.
And you're pro-consumer.
Okay. Do you have a problem with me having a job?
No.
No?
It's a company.
So I'm not allowed to have a stable job to where I can have a stable amount of money flow so I can pay my rent, buy myself food, pay for my tuition at University of Texas at Arlington. I'm not allowed to do that?
So now you're not pro-consumer anymore?
I'm pro-consumer.
Then why do you work for them?
It's a job.
But who's the company?
Are you telling me that every employee in a company has to agree with the company does? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that the janitors that clean EA's buildings agree with everything EA might do?
If they had no
Is that what you're telling me? The window washers.
Yes,
you're telling me the guy that works the gate at the front of the building cares?
Yes, if he works there, he works for them, so obviously yes.
So the guy who is cleaning the toilets, he helps make those bad consumer decisions over at EA. Right? That's what you're saying?
What was that?
You're telling me every person at EA is responsible for what EA does? The janitor? The mail guy? The secretary? The security guard?
Yes, men. They're all yes men, so what's the point?
That's what you're telling me.
They're all yes men, so yeah, they all agree.
So you're telling me people who have no say in what a company does is a yes man?
Yeah.
You're telling me people who don't make decisions in a company and do a simple job for a company accept everything the company does?
They're a yes man? Something different?
Wow. I never heard of anyone ever telling me that the janitors were in on it.
I said they're a yes man, and they agreed to whatever a company had to keep the job.
The janitor is a yes man. And he has to agree. The janitor has to agree to what the company does to keep a job. That's what he just told me. The janitor has to agree with what the company does to keep his job. Not clean right, not doing a good job cleaning. He has to agree with what the company does. He has to be a yes man. Wow.
He has to obey what a company says.
Wow. ABBA, do you have a job?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I work as an engineer in IT.
You work in IT?
Yeah.
For what company?
I'm self-employed.
So if they fired someone wrongly, you agree with them?
I'm self-employed. How am I? Oh, mind.
Abby?
Yes?
I know a lot of you Xbox like to bring up my job because you guys are the only ones that do. You guys are the only ones that do.
Defeated.
But as many as all of you have already seen. Oh, I'm defeated?
Yeah.
Okay. The janitor makes decisions. The janitor's a yes man. He has to agree with all the policies of the company to keep his job, not do his one job right. Gotcha.
So he doesn't agree with the company since he wants to work there?
You just told me he has to agree with everything that the company does. That's what you said. Which means, according to you, even the janitor has to agree with a company that might cheat, swindle, or scam their consumers.
Are you the janitor? Are you a janitor?
No.
Then what's the point?
What I'm telling you is that there are many jobs in a company. The same jobs exist throughout all these companies. They're simple jobs, but someone has to do them. But you know what? You don't have to agree with everything that the company does to work a damn job.
So you don't have to pretend to be nice to everybody or pretend to agree with everything the company does to work for them.
No, you don't.
So a janitor could walk up to boss's face and yell at him, saying that he disagrees with them.
Excuse me?
So if a janitor walks up to the boss's face and yells at him, he doesn't get fired or anything.
ABBA?
Yeah?
The janitor's not going to care to say shit to the company head. The janitor has one job.
The company doesn't care.
Clean. No one cares what the janitor thinks. He's there to fucking clean. And as long as he cleans a good clean and does a good clean job, the janitor keeps his job, right?
So he's not a yes man?
No, ABBA, he's not a yes man. The janitor is not a yes man. The janitor does his job and gets paid. I can't believe you're trying to put a janitor. No. This is what you're doing. You are putting a janitor in a suit and putting him in board meetings. That's what you're doing. That's your point.
So if he was told that clean shit off the toilet, he would do it or face fired?
You don't have to tell him to do it. He should do it anyway. Janitors that don't do their job get what?
Yes, man.
Janitors that don't do their job get what?
Fired?
They get fired. Right?
That's still a yes man right there. He's not fighting anything. He's not fighting authority. He's just obeying.
Fighting authority? It's his job to clean.
So
ABBA, just
Yeah.
ABBA, just drop it, man. Just
Why?
whatever. Just go take your medication, come back, and just move on to the next point.
All right. So the janitor is not a yes man. He doesn't have to blindly agree to what he's doing to keep his job.
ABBA.
All right.
We're not going to talk about the janitor anymore. We're not going to talk about the janitor being a yes man, putting on the suit, being in the board meetings, and leading the company to success or demise. We're not going to talk about that anymore. So let's just move on from that.
Are you working for EA, claiming to be pro-consumer? All right.
You know what I do, ABBA?
What?
You know what I do at EA?
You work for them?
Do you know what I do for them?
You work for them.
Do you know the details of my job description?
Electronic Arts hired you?
My job description is that I help their consumers with problems they have. Whether it be someone hacked their account, whether someone stole their items off their account, whether they boot up their game and all their characters or players are gone, they contact me for help. That's what I do. I help gamers.
So either way, you still electronic arts.
Well, technically I work for a third party that works for EA, but in the bright scheme of things, we're all under EA.
So you work for them.
Technically, yes.
EA pays your bills.
Yes.
You're the bitch. Is that what you're saying?
So, having a job is being a bitch. I can see why the black community has fallen so low.
Okay. Cool.
Having a job is a bad thing now, guys.
Yeah, same as being a porn star.
Everybody who has a job is a bitch. Wow.
Whoa.
You know, ABBA.
Depending on EA so much that
ABBA.
Yeah?
It takes a pretty big idiot to insult every working person in the world.
I just said that EA pays your bills and you agreed to it, so technically you're a bitch.
EA pays me and I pay my bills. I give them
their money.
Work in exchange.
With their money?
Well, technically my money comes from the third party. Because EA pays the third party a lump sum and then they pay me.
So it's still EA's money.
So why does it matter if I get my bills paid? That's a bad thing?
Well, EA's money.
ABBA, is it a bad thing that I pay my bills? I have my own apartment. I pay my own car note. I pay my own tuition fees. I pay my own food. This is a bad thing?
Whose money?
Are you telling me it's a bad thing that EA is feeding my kitties? Are you telling me that little cute thing back there is getting fed is bad? Is that what you're telling me?
With EA's money, yes. That's bad.
That's bad.
Yes, it's bad.
I'm sorry you feel that way, ABBA. I really am.
Me too. Want a hug?
No, I'm sorry you feel that way.
You want a hug?
No.
All right.
I feel sorry for you. That doesn't mean I need a hug. Again,
all right.
Again, what I said earlier, with the problem with correlating things. Again, let's work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're saying?
All right. Well, what next do you want to talk about, ABBA?
I don't know. Porn.
Porn.
Yeah.
You want to talk about porn.
Yeah.
I guess you're done talking about gaming stuff then.
I'm not.
So you want to talk about gaming porn. No, we can talk about that.
All right, on a real.
So, like...
I'll be right back real quick.
Okay. Now, we can talk about that Rule 34, gaming porn all day. Now, if there's one character that needs more porn, it's Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite. She needs more porn. Alright? Yeah, she got plenty already. This dude in the Steam chat said more porn of Songbird or Handyman. Oh, wait, he said, without Booker or Handyman or Songbird. Okay, there we go. Alright, that's a lot better. That Handyman. Imagine a hand job from the Handyman. That's why it's handy.
All right.
Alright, you're back now. So what do you want to talk about now? We'll move on to one last topic and then we'll call it a night.
Alright.
Because I gotta make sure I call my girl before she goes to bed. Well, not to bed, to work.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about, buddy?
Me trolling.
About what?
Me trolling.
You trolling?
Yeah.
What about it?
I'm a troll.
You're a troll.
Yeah.
And what makes you a successful troll, ABBA?
Actually dancing for me for hours at a time.
You have me dancing for hours at a time.
Yeah.
And that's from you actually doing something. That's what you're implying, right?
No.
So you're not doing anything?
I'm not serious right now, but no.
So you're not talking to me on Skype?
I am.
So you're doing something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So does that make me a better troll because I've made you harbor pictures of my family? I've made you I've made you make topics about me in groups I have no access to. I've made you share my posts on Facebook. I've made you report my Facebook posts, and I did nothing to you.
When? What was this? All right, what was this?
Oh, so we're going to pretend that we don't do this.
I don't report people. What you're saying?
Oh, you don't report me? You didn't report me to Facebook?
Yeah. How do you do that anyway?
Because I have a screenshot of you admitting to that on Facebook.
Can I see it?
Sure.
Gotta see this. So how good are your Photoshop skills?
What?
How good are your Photoshop skills?
They're good. They're good.
So it's fake? Good job.
No, it's not fake, ABBA. It's real. In fact, I have several screenshots of you in here.
Yeah, you're a Photoshopper, so I'm supposed to believe that.
So you're telling me that all the screenshots I have are fake?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to say?
Yes.
Now, what makes you believe that?
You just said you're a good Photoshopper. Okay.
Just because I'm a good Photoshopper doesn't mean that I fake these screenshots.
It should be easy for you if you're good at it. So I don't see why not.
So anything I show is automatically going to be deemed fake by you, right?
Well, if it's something negative like this, of course.
If it's negative, but these are things that you've said. If you didn't put this out there, ABBA, I wouldn't have anything to show people, right?
No, you take my name and stamp it on some stupid.
Damn it, what folder did I put that in? I got so many folders up here.
Porn and shit like that. Gay porn and betting.
Just like today when you're telling people on Facebook that you didn't know you were having a debate yesterday. You remember that? You're a compulsive liar, ABBA.
No, damage controller.
You were damage controlling?
Yeah, it's my skills.
ABBA, lying that you didn't know the debate was happening yesterday is not damage control. That's
damage control? Alright.
That's just lying to people. That's all.
So you can't damage control by lying.
You were just lying. It wasn't... Damage control is when you actually control damage, right? You weren't controlling damage. You were just lying to people.
Alright. Control damage by lying. That's something right now.
Let me look at this folder real quick.
Yeah. Let's see if it's real, alright?
Where is... let me do a search.
It doesn't exist.
Because I have, 3 terabytes of data across 2 computers.
That's why you use cloud for it.
Well, I have it on a hard drive, and I have both computers in front of me, so it's not really a problem. It's just sometimes, if I don't organize it right, it's hard to find stuff.
Yeah, I want to believe.
People, pictures, screenshots. Didn't I block you on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube.
What was your Twitch name?
It's Chris 000924.
Is your name Chris?
No.
So why is your username Chris 000924?
Chris is my alias.
Chris is your alias.
Yeah.
So where did ABBA Okoro come from?
That's my birth name.
But thank you for admitting that was your username, because I found your Twitch account that said that you reported me on Facebook.
Okay, let me see it, please.
Ah, shit, can't see it. Here, let me pull it up.
Yeah, right. It's not real, guys. All right, give it up. It's not real.
Let me pull it up on here. It's in pictures. Here, give me a second. Let me just drag it. Yeah, in fact, I told you that I wasn't going to debate you because of what you did, and you said, okay, so I reported you on Facebook. So what? You'll just hold that against me? Here's what. I apologize. So now can we debate? That's what you said. Remember? Remember that? Remember that? You don't remember that?
Sounds desperate, not me.
Does it sound like you? No?
Sounds desperate, not me. Whoa. Not gay, not a man.
Well, you post pictures of men on your Facebook, so what can we really say about that, Abby?
What kind of men, What kind of men?
Myself, Shokyo, my father, and this white dude that I keep forgetting his name.
Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, that dude. Here we go.
That's the persona right there. That's the persona, so what's the point?
That's what he said. There's ABBA admitting that he reported me on Facebook.
Can I see it, please?
It's on the stream. Look at the stream.
Yeah.
Look on the stream. It's there.
I'm not on the stream?
Yeah, look on the stream. I'm showing it to everybody.
I'm on it right now. Paste the link to the you could chat.
I'll transfer it to you.
Jeez.
There you go.
Download.
And you just confirmed that was your username earlier.
Let's see. Ooh. Open this file right now.
So thank you for doing that for me, Abby Kadabi. I appreciate it.
Let me do this file first. It'll open up. Here you go.
So was there anything else that you might have wanted to talk about, buddy?
There we go. Facebook. So we just hold that against me. Here's what I apologize. So can we debate now? Sounds gay.
Well, that came from your account. That came from your fingertips going across your keyboard.
Keyboards.
So what else did you want to talk about, my friend?
Your Photoshop skills. They're beast.
So you're saying that I photoshopped that?
Yeah, good. Gotta say that.
So I was able to determine what your username was beforehand, and you were able to confirm what your username was, and within a matter of seconds, I was able to Photoshop that image.
You already knew what it was.
What is the date on that photo, my friend?
The date?
Yeah, the date.
Alright, let's see right now. There's no date.
If you right-click it, and if you go to Properties, if you go to Modify, it should say Sunday, August 4th, 2013. And that was the day that I blocked you.
It says, date taken, 10/14/2013.
That was when the file was created. You created it today by adding it on your hard drive. But date modified was when it was actually first born. I can show you right here. Sunday, August 04, 2013. This is when I copied it to my hard drive on the stream.
Let's see.
Everybody can see it.
Right now.
So, Abba, was there anything else that you want to talk about before we end this debate or the stream or whatever? Is there anything else you want to talk about? No?
Shout out goes to Zaire, my boys. Those are strong, and bang it. That's some gamers. And yeah, see you guys later. It was fun trolling, and bye.
I agree. A shout out to ignorance. Have a good evening, buddy.
I want to believe!